CEO of Generations for Peace.
Thank you. 25 years ago, I was here in Morocco to stand by the start line of one of the toughest races on the earth, Marathon des Sables. 6 days across the Sahara Desert, imagine, almost a week, running 240 kilometers, carrying everything we need in our back. But I was not alone. I was with my twin sister, Dima. Dima and myself, we were running not only for ourselves, but we also carried a very important message that we were looking for a peace in the Middle East. Running with Dima was not only about the endurance. We also have another purpose. We were thinking how we need to break that stereotype. We were the only female coming from that region, running that race, and also the youngest. I won't say my age right now. You need to do some math. But when international media wanted to cover our story, they were asking us a question like, is it really possible for females to run in the street in Jordan? Is it possible to climb mountains and cycle long distance? The surprise that we saw in their faces revealed a very important message, that the world back then had a very deep misconception about the women's ability and the women in our region. So every run, every climb, and every kilometer, we had a very important statement that we can, we do, and we learn. So if I remember that long distance race, I remember that we had a lot of mistakes. Trust me, we were very young. We were kind of prepared, but still, we underestimated the heat. It was boiling. And in the same time, we overpacked. We carried a lot of kilograms in our backpack. So you can imagine, we're a bit short. And I was thinner than now. So a very heavy backpack running across the desert was not easy. But what kept us moving is not the perfection. It's the ability to adapt, the ability to learn, and the ability to move forward. For us, every obstacle was a lesson, and every challenge was a chance for us to grow. And as everybody knows, life has a lot of lessons. Eventually, my journey led me to an organization that's called Generations for Peace, that was founded back in 2007 by His Royal Highness Prince Faisal Al Hussein. And hereby, I found a place that have the same truth that I discovered in the desert, that sport is not only a play. Sport can be a tool for peace building. We at Generations for Peace, we empower leaders of youth to actually lead the change that they would like to see in their communities. They are all coming from conflict-affected countries. We teach them how to use different types of tools, such as sport, art, advocacy, dialogue, and empowerment to transform life. And we have different thematical area of focus that we try to target in every community, either by peace-building education for conflict transformation, or community empowerment and digital resilience, and environmental peace building. But every transformation that we saw on the field helped us to know that it is really worth it what we are doing, and we should keep going. Let me share with you some stories from our programs. Once I met a young lady from Syria. She was in Jordan, and she's Syrian refugees in one of our Sport for Peace program. Her name is Ruba. Ruba was facing displacement, loss, and a very heavy weight of reconnecting and restarting again. But during the session, something changed. For her, she told me once that on the session, she doesn't feel anymore like a refugee. She feels like herself again. For her, sport was not only a game. It was a space to be safe, to feel belonging, and in the same time, start healing. Another story from Lebanon, and those who are in Lebanon would understand that context. Another boy who actually, his name is Salah. He also a Syrian refugee. When we first spoke, he told me something I believe that no young man or person should ever have to say. He told me that he seriously was thinking to end his life. And for him, he felt empty, unseen, and disconnected. Salah joined one of our programs, and at the beginning, I remember that he was standing by the side, quietly, don't like to engage, feeling that he doesn't want to be part of the game. But little by little, somebody invited him to play. The group celebrated his effort. And step by step, he started to find a purpose. I'm happy to tell you now that Salah is not a participant anymore in the program. He's somebody who's leading sessions. He's trying to give the same hope for other young people in his community as that hope was saved him once. So for us at Generations for Peace, we don't consider ourselves as a, as a learning organization. We don't say that we know everything, neither we pretend that we do. Back a few years ago, most of our program was running actually on the physical space, like sport field, community centers, schools. But what we found is that now conflict is spreading online. And it is very dangerous, honestly, because according to some studies that we found, is that hate can spread in the social media way faster than it can spread in the street. That alone brought us a very important reflection. Here we adapted, and our leaders of youth start to organize some programs that is actually related to digital space. They designed communication and digital campaigns. They used e-sport to engage other youth in their community to start to feel more belonging and trust. But when I remember that race in the Sahara and the desert, sometimes I remember how difficult it was, the exhaustion, and the long distance that we have to finish. But also, it reminded me of the solidarity, the purpose that we had, and in the same time, the joy of finishing together. And this is really, when I think about that, I think also about our young leaders and our young volunteers at Generations for Peace, who they run their own races every day, either through the conflict, the divide, or even in the hardship that they face in different communities. And as in the desert, they also don't run alone, they run together. So guys, for me, peace or sport means justice, resilience, and courage. And the most important thing, I truly believe that sport can be a very effective tool for peace. Thank you.